everybody. Happy Monday, happy noon, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for joining us. We decided to take a little bit of a weekend off. We got our pantry restocked. We got a couple things. We got a Misfit Markets, Misfit Market, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Produce box delivered. And then we got an Instacart order, so trying to kind of work our way through some of that, plus some takeout options that we had lent itself to having a good weekend off. But we are back. We might, depending on my producer's work schedule, might even hit you with a twofer today. We shall see. But for right now, we're going to kind of continue on with making the most out of one or two kind of non-pantry things, plus the rest of it being pantry things. We're going to do a pasta dish. You can use this with really any kind of dried pasta you have on hand, but pretty classic, at least in inspiration, so that is hanging onto that quite well. So this is bulk Italian sausage. I'd actually never seen this before in the supermarket. This is turkey Italian sausage. I've never used this, so we'll see how this comes out. This is one of those when you make those runs and you kind of have a few things in my mind, like, okay, smoked sausage would be good, hot Italian sausage would be good, and then you kind of see what they have. They're like, all right, it's either just straight ground pork or ground turkey, or I don't even think they had ground pork, or turkey Italian sausage. So I said, you know what, let's just do it.
Shannon Lauk says, this is what we are making tonight. Great minds.
Right on. Right on.
And Don Gardner, Don Cindy from Ecuador in the house.
Hey, Dad, you will enjoy this up to a point.
There are green things in it.
There are. There's a hearty amount.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking to do is kind of break up the big chunks. We're going to cook this through, and I'm going to attempt as best I can to get a little bit browning on this. We will see where the wind takes us. So in the meantime, this is a good time. We're going to drop our pasta. We've got some boiling water back there that I'm about to salt. But really any kind of extruded shape. We've got mini farfalle. That was just what was in our pantry. When do you think you bought it for?
Who knows?
I don't know. I know it's been opened and we used it. Maybe it was one of the soup recipes you made.
Maybe.
Who knows? Back. Probably the most traditional that you would see this dish with would be orecchiette. Not as readily available as a lot of other pastas in the store. So rigatoni would be a really good substitute. Penne, mostaccioli, anything like that.
So a nice shaped pasta. Hold on to that sauce.
That's right. So yeah, we'll see how good of a job this one does, but it's what we have.
We're gonna look at the sausage browning up. So this is mild turkey Italian sausage?
Yeah, so you could add fewer things to Italian sausage is really a good and I don't know why this thing was nearly smoking earlier, now it's nearly dying on us.
Poor little burner.
Oh, I don't even remember where I was going with that. Oh, with sausage. So I like using it because it's got a lot of flavor packed into one ingredient. I want to make this a little bit hot, so we've got an old standby crushed red pepper.
Not too much.
Not too much. I've been warned against mild palates over here that I live with. So
yeah, he likes to spice it up every single time.
Which
is not a bad thing, I guess.
And so to some degree, sausage also has garlic in there too. I've got some sliced garlic just to kind of reinforce that. But really good. Especially with Italian sausage, you've got fennel seeds, you've got pepper, things like that going on.
Mm-hmm. We got some friends watching. Kate McLean is watching.
Okay.
And our chef friends Woody and Dean are back.
Hey guys, nice to have you all with us.
Lisa and Marietta, we just had a great virtual tea party on Sunday, which is really kind of keeping me sane. So
anything that keeps you sane is thumbs up.
I need the socials.
I know. So this is we're gonna going for cooked through here. I have not had a ton. I mean, just because of the just the protein structure of the meat. Turkey doesn't brown as well as, say, beef or lamb or even to some degree pork, but we're just going to try and get this as close to cooked through with a little bit of caramelization on there. So we're kind of at a standstill. Anybody got any questions out there? Anybody do anything fun or funky over the weekend? Cook anything good?
Yeah, that's right. Lisa said that our teas are keeping her sane as well.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's I think the virtual happy hours, in my, as Mike Jordan described Wendy, a gangster who loves tea.
That's right.
In her life, anything like that, where to kind of gather with friends while staying safe is fantastic.
It's like we had a bachelorette party reunion for Krista Miller. So that was super fun. Got a happy hour on Saturday. Super fun. And then also, since Woody's on, just got my tickets to the Osteria Matone spring wine tasting with Dan Pernice, who's their sommelier and all around great guy. So I'll be doing that on Saturday at 1 o'clock. So if you want to join me, get your tickets. Zoom wine tasting with salumi and all kinds of awesomeness.
Sounds awesome. I'm loving seeing the I hate that it's born out of such necessity, but the creativity that my brethren are having to come up with just to be able to get out in front of people, offer something new, offer something that's still kind of fun and reminds people of what the restaurant game used to be like and why we do what we do.
That's right. So Lisa's doing a roast today for dinner with veggies from the Misfit box. So she got the Misfit box too.
Sounds delicious.
We got some interesting stuff in that box.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of luck getting big cuts of meat. At least on my shopping rounds, it's been hit pretty hard. I think we've got a whole chicken in there. The chicken's been pretty okay to come by, and we've just now had our fortune on ground meat. But otherwise, it's been mostly bacon and sausage.
That's right. Lots of sausage. That's hence Sausage Party 3.
That's right. The gout will come later.
We need to get some more citrus so we don't have to get scurvy.
So we got lemons and mandarins in the Misfit Market box.
That's right. I loved we had purple Brussels sprouts in the box, and those were ridiculously good.
Yeah, so we cheated a little bit on that, and that we had done steaks to go from Cooks and Soldiers and got them raw, and so I cooked them in a cast iron skillet. And so saved some of the drippings from that, so it was like flavored garlic butter with thyme and rendered steak fat, and cooked the Brussels sprouts in that.
Yum.
And Wendy was a fan.
I was a very big fan.
We're gonna kind of do our best with what we've got here, just to kind of keep this party moving and to make sure that my pasta doesn't overcook while it's in the water.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna finish my pinch. See that? Just because I love you.
Thank you. Add more later.
Add more later. I know you got no problem with garlic, so.
I do not. Krista says she got a White Oak Pastures pork shoulder on Saturday, so she's making pulled pork today.
God bless you. I dearly would love to have any. I've got so many things that I would like to do with pork shoulder. They have been hard to come by. I think the only real pork cuts we've been able to find has been like a whole, like racks of ribs.
Yeah. Well, we got some White Oak Pasture ground beef in the fridge, I think.
Right, but that's ground beef.
I know. Not as good.
No, it's not that it's not as good. It's
not
just
as big cut.
Not a big hunk of cow that would love to have.
Shannon says, expert tip, drink Mai Tais to avoid scurvy.
I like it.
We should do Mai Tais. We should have like a luau like theme.
We should. We got a few cocktails worth of rum in there.
That's right.
We'll see. We'll visit one of our essential businesses and see what they can come up with for us.
Hello to Cameron Middleton Willard.
Hey, Cameron.
And Lauren Z. And Lee is back from DC, and Ruth Powers.
Nice to have everybody with us. We appreciate it.
Yes, we love seeing you online.
So this was something that's we've kale is a great pantry item to buy just because it's so sturdy, and if you're going to buy it for a 2-week shop as we've kind of been doing, it will maintain its texture. It won't start wilting to hell on you. Some of our soft herbs, softer lettuces, you have to eat them quickly, or otherwise you just kind of pull the pin on the grenade.
Cool. Krista's saying she actually orders from White Oak Direct, that they're pretty well stocked online. So
Okay.
We'll have to look into that to get ourselves a big old cut of meat.
Yes, we will. Yeah. Then there's the other part of that, and that we've got a big cut of meat, and then there are just two of us.
We'll just more for later.
That's true.
We do eat lots of leftovers.
That's true. So I've got, speaking of our kale, I'm going to add this in and hope that heat technology will get this going.
Come on, little burner.
We'll see. Otherwise, we'll cut away from you because my producer's a busy woman today.
Well, back-to-back meetings. Always a good time.
No, I'm enjoying seeing everybody else who's, people in the business, even people not in the business who are just enjoying kind of cooking at home and filming it or tape or doing live videos. There's no film involved.
Yeah, or even just pictures posting online.
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing what everyone's making. I might be baking a lemon cake this week. That's kind of on my list.
That will also ward off the scurvy.
That's right. That was the whole theme.
So you mean I won't come down with a case of the rickets?
That's right. Sharon Park says she made some chorizo queso fundido last night and ate it with some tostadas.
Yeah, you did. That's awesome. Good job, Sharon.
Oh, I love queso fundido. So good.
So, I'm going to check my pasta here.
So Sharon had a sausage party of her own.
All right.
Chorizo.
Let's see here.
Lisa also has a recommendation, jjj.farm.
Okay.
Our friend Cheryl noted they were well stocked and I believe deliver. And Lisa gives them meets a thumbs up.
That's awesome. We will review this and we will take notes and we will make this happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my pot here before I get any kind of boil over. Anytime you're cooking with pasta, at least this is the way that I like to do it. I like to finish it in the sauce, and so I want to pull it out. You can't really tell with a dried pasta what al dente is going to look like, but pull it off a couple of minutes before it hits al dente. So that way when you do have time to finish it, by the time you go to eat it, it's still got some toothsomeness and some resistance and isn't just completely flabby and blown out from being overcooked.
Very cool. Mix.
Mix,
so
melt down. So the cool thing about this one, there are many cool things about this, but being able to use that starchy pasta water as part of the sauce. And this is going to help me wilt the kale. This is going to kind of be the base of my sauce. This and some grated cheese.
Sharon likes our towel.
I like our towel too.
Yeah, it seemed appropriate.
It did. Yeah, I'm sure. You know what? I've been fortunate to have friends that are very intelligent, that are very worldly. Thank you guys for staying in. I'm gonna assume that everybody stayed in and is not doing what some of the folks elsewhere are doing.
That's right, protesting. We need to be outside, spreading germs. That's my God-given right.
So it's going to go just a little bit more. If we need to, Wendy may need to come with me as we go back to the burner just to get this going.
Uh-oh.
I know. I think we've.
Did we kill it?
I don't know. It may have worn out its welcome. We'll see. Wendy may need to.
Oh, we're taking it on the road.
On the road, on the move.
On the move, on the move. I'm moving a little slow.
That's right. Well, we've got the porn set lighting that we have to dodge.
That's right. Lots of cords. And there's my fabulous electric kettle.
That's right.
That was my first quarantine purchase, and it was a good one.
I'll get this out of the way from the other evening. So yeah, just looking for the, because kale is sturdy, it does need to cook a little bit. If you could use any green instead, if you saw it, if you had Swiss chard, if you had spinach, if you even had frozen spinach, that would be good. Arugula would be fine. Beet greens. What else is out there?
What about spinach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so spinach twice.
Okay, sorry.
Fresh and frozen. It would all be delicious.
I'm too busy watching all your awesomeness. I'm not listening.
What's that? Something about not listening?
What? Wait, what? Also, the smell. It smells so good. It's just very distracting.
Yeah, so when you think about kind of flavor combinations, any kind of green, so I mentioned, if you wanted to use mustard greens, turnip greens, all of those greens have a certain amount of bitterness in them. And a way, anybody who's ever cooked a pot of collard greens will be able to tell you, one of the ways to combat bitterness is with fat. So sausage, salty, fatty cut, that's going to temper some of that bitterness. If you had a green that you knew was going to be, broccoli rabe, for example, can be sometimes unpalatably bitter, so you may want to blanch that in heavily salted water before it goes in. But you see how the kale is even turning, it's going to lose some of that rawness going
it's
from
getting
that,
bright green, yeah.
Yeah, going from that kind of army green to much brighter.
Very cool.
So we're going to try and
Poor little burner.
do the dance as gracefully as we can
We
here.
even gave the burner 2 days off. You think it'd be all rested up?
Yeah, maybe it's one of those where it's like if you don't exercise for a couple days, you're stiff and you lock up.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, I have to actually burn again.
Yeah, now the thumbnails are going to look all jacked up when we go do this on YouTube later.
TJ McGraw says, "You're making me hungry."
Oh, good. But,
that's the point.
That's the point. So, yeah, this is pretty simple. And so, with our pasta water, I've got some extra oil, and now really just kind of the creaminess factor from our pecorino cheese.
That's the healthy part.
It's actually not that bad. Pecorino is a sheep's milk cheese. It's very dry, so the milk fat content is pretty low. So think of this as kind of like mixing with the pasta water in a way that's similar to cacio e pepe.
Yeah, Sharon, we are actually cooking with mini farfalle, but you can use any kind of shaped pasta that you'd like. Penne, a bunch of different options. But I think orzo might be good with this too, right?
You want something with a little more toothsomeness.
Okay. And David Pugh is asking, what is cooking? And
Food. Food is cooking. I am cooking.
This is pasta, sausage, kale, pecorino cheese, and garlic and awesomeness. And this is going to be our lunch.
It is. So I'm going to turn it off the heat here, making sure I'm good on time. Don't want the producer angry with me.
That's right. I do have a 12:30.
So, off the heat. That's a good time to do anything. Wendy, we're going to go...
back over?
Back around.
Back around.
Back to first position.
That's right. We did get our first delivery of our Schramsberg wine subscription, so we were very excited about that.
You disappoint me. I'm telling you. You've disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Have cheese will follow. So really you could, if you wanted to cook this down even further, you could. I kind of like having that, that emulsification property from more cheese, from more oil, and having it just a little bit like that. But we're going to
start plating it up.
Grab and go. If you had any fresh herbs that you wanted, if you wanted to finish this with butter, they do that in the north of Italy a lot. That would be good. Or a different cheese. Any of that would be good, but this will be a nice lunch for us.
Oh, apparently the on the road exposed that you have bare feet.
It does.
At least you're wearing pants.
I'm actually wearing pants that have a zipper on them. I almost didn't today, so
you're welcome.
Here we are. so that's it. Just a pretty quick and easy one. This will be even though it's a pasta dish, it's going to eat somewhat light. Be a nice light lunch for us. I'll add some extra crushed red chilies for me. So that's it. We may or may not be back with you for the Daily Double tonight. We will see. But until then, I think we got some stuff lined up for every day otherwise this week. So thank you guys for joining. Thanks for your questions. Fun to engage with everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay indoors, and wash your hands. See you guys.